Yeah.
let's talk about it. Impermanence. In Impermanence, I said that you were very inspired for Steven Wilson, as you previously stated,
Yeah.
specifically the bits of Grace for Drowning and The Women That Refuse to Sing and Other Stories.
Yeah.
But in this album, I felt that you let go all those Steven Wilson inspirations, that you basically got it out of your system, like Devin Townsend must say, and that
Yep.
you basically try to embrace other styles, specifically Vandergraaf Generator and
Yeah.
Mr. Peter Hamill. So please tell
Yes.
me the inspirations for this album, besides those two, or again, or along those two, what were?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I'm really pleased that you said that you think the Stephen Wilson influences have been dulled down because yeah, I think since Impermanence I haven't listened to Stephen Wilson as much, whereas I have discovered Van der Graaf Generator because when I was doing Impermanence I didn't really listen to much Van der Graaf. Then I really got into them, and now they're probably one of my favorite prog bands of all time. They're great, with Pawn Hearts in particular being probably at the moment my favorite album of all time. It's brilliant. And I really like all aspects of the instrumentation and the way they compose. I just like how sort of dissonant and chaotic and quite dense sometimes that their arrangements can be. And obviously, I like Peter Hamill's voice. I think he's got a wonderful voice. I think it's really expressive, really dramatic. Um, and it really contrasts some of the sort of vocal styles you get today that I feel are very vanilla, quite bland, quite sort of the same. I think nowadays people sort of, while they might have a great voice, it's just sort of the same kind of style of singing, which is often quite sort of I don't know. Um, just sort of standard singing. I don't know how else to sort of describe it. But whereas Peter Hamill, he's got it's sort of um, almost like a uh, almost like a musical sort of as if he was in like a Broadway show. That's how I describe it. But it's just full of color and full of imagination. And I think for Blazing Revelations, and I wanted to challenge myself not to sing like Peter Hamill, which a lot of people have been saying, which is fair enough. But I want to challenge my own voice and see what I can do with it if I can maybe um, try out some different styles, different ways of communicating the words. So there are moments where, I'm quite sort of snarly, shouting, it can be quite sort of intense. Other times where I'm whispering, or even just narrating, just speaking, so I've tried to employ a variety of styles, just to give, I think to give the album a bit more color, a bit more variation. But other than Van der Graaf, I've been really getting into the Canterbury scene bands as well, like Caravan. Because I remember last time we spoke, actually, I was saying to you that I couldn't really get into like Soft Machine and stuff, and I'm still really trying to get into Soft Machine, and there are some really good moments on Third. But I have been getting into like National Health, and Gilgamesh. Trying to think of some others off the top of my head. Matching Mole, really like Matching Mole. Um, yeah, and I'm still discovering all the time. But I've been listening to that a lot, and that sort of informed some of the music on Blazing Revelations, particularly on Faithless Folly. I feel like there are some really sort of, I don't want to say jazzy, but sort of Canterbury-like sort of styles on there. Other than that, I'm still really into the Scandinavian bands like Wobbler, Angligard. So they still inform a lot of my music. Uh, and a lot of folky artists like Comus, Hilderlin. There's a band called Forest and another one called Trees. and they're all sort of like acid folky. Um, and I think for the next album, I'm probably going to go more down that sort of acid folk route. Um, yeah, I think that's a good summary of all the things I've been listening to.